prompted to find our organization. If you've never participated in Give DeKalb County before, then your organization is likely not to come up here. But I know that most of our participants this year will be returning participants, and so you'll type in your organization name or some keywords in your title, and you should see your organization pop up. You simply click participate if you're a returning participant. If you don't see your organization listed, or if this is your very first time, then you're going to add your organization. But since DCMP has participated before, I'm going to click participate. On this page, you'll be asked to verify your admins, and it says, are you one of these people? Yes or no? If the admin is no longer associated with your organization, please reach out to customer success team via the chat bubble below. And remember, throughout this entire process, and if you have questions about the website or donation flow or anything like that this spring, you can use this to start a support ticket with GiveGab. Okay, welcome back. You'll enter your email address and your password associated with your GiveGab account. Here, we're going to fill out the registration survey. To participate in Give DeKalb County, organizations must be located in, serving, or conducting organizational activities in DeKalb County, Illinois, legally recognized by the IRS, legally registered with the Attorney General's office, and 2026 DCMP members by March 1st. There's additional terms of participation, which I've already read, and I've reviewed the nonprofit eligibility policy. So now, what is our operating budget? Less than $100,000. Please enter our employer identification number. For the purposes of this, I'm just going to enter that, but you can easily find that information online if you don't have it handy. You can go to guidestar.org, search for your EIN, primary contact phone number, and email address. Make sure that those work there just by spacing, and don't want my autofill to accidentally cause an error there. We have no additional email addresses that should receive Give DeKalb County information in our organization, but if you do, please enter them here. We'll add them to our mailing list. Select your organization size for leaderboards, small, medium, or large. We do have a custom leaderboard that shows how you stack up compared to organizations that are roughly the same size as you. Select the following broad area that most closely describes your organization's focus. Now, this is not an inclusive list. We understand that, but just pick the broad area that most closely aligns with what you do. This asks you to attest that you have read the terms of participation, which I have. And then this is a non-discrimination policy, and we ask that you read this and attest to that as well. I'm ready to submit this, and so I simply click this submit button at the bottom of the page. And I'm taken to kind of a landing page here where I can see my past participation in Give DeKalb County. See 2024, 23, all the way back to 2017. For whatever reason, 2025 is down here at the bottom. One of the best features of this entire process is that you have the option to copy this profile. I'm going to do that because I don't want to start brand new. You might want to start from scratch. That's okay. Then you create a new profile there, and you can build it from the ground up. If you've participated for multiple past years, you can copy any of the profiles you've created. But I want to go off of last year, so I'm going to copy this profile. And what that means is that 95% of the work on DCMP's profile is going to be done already for me. Here you're going to see the prompt to get set up. Throughout this dashboard on GiveGab, you're going to see different question marks here. You can view support articles when you click on it, so they've tried to integrate some help options right here on the page. Even though I've copied the profile, I have the option to reset it completely. So if I do decide later that I want to start from scratch, I can do that. Keep in mind we have some other things going on over here on the left-hand side. You can add administrators who could also have access to do this for your organization. You also have access to your donation report from the past. This is very useful information. This is how you add an administrator to get access to this, this building area and to your donation data. This is where you're going to see all of the donations, online and offline, for past Give DeKalb counties. So be sure to check those out. I'm going to just continue on through this profile editor so you can see what we have, what we're working with here. This is your area to add your website, your logo, and cause areas, up to 3 cause areas. We encourage you to do this because this is another way for donors to find your organization. They may not know your organization name. They may not know a lot about you. But if they're doing a cause-based search, you will appear when a donor searches for education or animals or disability services or entrepreneurship and so on. So complete those cause areas. I'm fine with this, so I'm going to click Save. Now, this is the real meat of your profile, and that is adding your story. So here you have the option to upload an image. It's your banner image. The recommended dimensions here are 1500 by 500 in a JPEG or PNG file format. Down at the bottom, we have this option to really round out our profile and our story by adding some information about what it is we do. You can add in photos. You can add videos. One of the updates that GiveGab has made in the off season since last year is to completely revamp this profile editor. So some of the frustrations that you've run into in the past with wonky fonts and weird spacing and things like that, much of that should be limited this year because of this upgrade to the profile editor. You have the option to bold, italicize, underline. You can clear the formatting for all of these areas. It really is pretty much like what you would be used to in, say a website editor or even in a Word document or something like that. This is where you would include a video URL. And then I've included some keywords here to optimize my search results. After I'm happy with my story, I'm going to go to add donation levels. This is completely optional. You do not have to do this, but I will say it does give donors an idea of what a certain dollar amount goes to in your organization. Now, I haven't specified that here with DCMP. I just have a donation amount and then hopefully an interesting photo that draws people in. You also have the option, though, to add a description. So in your organization, you might say $15 buys X pounds of food, and the donor knows, okay, with my $15 donation, I'm making this impact. For $35, you pay for 2 children to travel by bus to this museum for a field day excursion. So things like that to help a donor understand what impact they will have by donating that amount. Again, this is completely optional, and you do have the ability to customize your donation amount and whether or not you include a description. You also can change your photos at any time. Recommended dimensions here, 600 by 400. I'm happy with how these are, so I'm going to leave them, but I will also underscore this point right here. We recommend having 3 or 4 donation levels. If you go much beyond that, just know that on a mobile device, when a donor is browsing this, those images stack on top of each other. So what that means is that they'll have to continue scrolling. It might look good on your PC, but be sure you look at this on a mobile device as well, an iPad, your phone, whatever the case may be. Try to look at it on different screens so that you have a sense of what donors are going to experience. But this will limit some of that scrolling. Even if you have 3 here, you only have to scroll just past this. So 3 or 4 donation levels. And then we strongly encourage this as well. We encourage you to add a custom thank you message that donors will receive after making their gift to you. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be long, but letting them know, hey, we appreciate this gift. Thank you for supporting us. You have the option to include a photo there as well. One nuance here is if a donor gave to multiple organizations, this custom thank you from your organization will not appear. That's based on donor feedback because some donors give to 10, 15, 20 different organizations, and they didn't want to weed through all of that information when tax time rolls around and they're just simply looking for the transactional details. And printing it out can be an issue as well. If a donor gives solely to your organization, then they will receive this custom thank you from the system. So you don't have to do anything. You just set the language here. It's going to be sent automatically along with the thank you they received from the Community Foundation, which also includes the donation receipting information. Again, you do not have to send separate donation receipts to your donors for Give DeKalb County. We just encourage you to thank them time and again for supporting your organization. Donation receipting is handled automatically by Give DeKalb's platform. So after you've added a thank you message, you can click save, and your profile is basically complete. You have the option to do a variety of different things down here. One thing that we would encourage you to do is to save your URL. You're going to want to share that broadly, but you're also going to want to view your profile. So now that I've built this, I can see I love this header image. My logo is appearing correctly. My name here in this area is correct as well. I can see the donation amounts that I selected in the photos. Keep in mind, donors always have the option to choose their own amount, so they don't have to use these presets. My story is formatted the way that I want it to, and it looks the way I expected, and there's a photo at the bottom. Perfect. My profile is done, and now I can move on to other things related to preparing for Give DeKalb County. Again, I would encourage you to look at it on your desktop as well as on other screen sizes so that you can get a sense of how that will appear to all donors. That's how you register for and create your profile for Give DeKalb County.